Namaste friends, Prashanti here with Namaste Rishikesh, and today we're here with Vinodji, who is staying and taking care of Shatrughan Mandir. It's the most ancient temple in this area of Rishikesh. We're in Ramjula right now. So he will tell us a little bit about himself and the temple. He's been here for a long time, and his family from generations have been in this area. So maybe he can enlighten us about the significance of Rishikesh in this area. So Namaste Vinodji.
Namaste Prashanti ji.
So please tell us about yourself and about this amazing area in the temple itself.
Well, this place, where we are sitting and we are enjoying the spiritual vibration of this place. This place, geographically named as Rishikesh as a whole, being the train headline in Rishikesh, but particularly this place is known as Muniki Reti, where we are sitting, and the place we are sitting in as an institution is Shatrughan Temple. So this Shatrughan Temple is spiritually a very important place to be known to the world, since it is one of the most ancient place of this area. When there was jungle and our ancient saint, spiritual saint Adi Guru Sankaracharya then visited this place. So he established, that means in spiritual language, he did the Prana Pratishtha of 4 temples, and they were, one is in Deoprayag at the confluence of river Alaknanda and Bhagirathi. There is a temple, Raghunath Mandir, and second one is in Lakshmana Jhula, Lakshmana Mandir, and third one is in Munigireti. Here where we are sitting here and we are talking about spirituality, this is Shatrughan Temple, and this was established in 9th century AD by this great saint Adi Guru Shankaracharya, and this is referred in Kedar Khand, chapter Kedar Khand of Skanda Purana, that these 4 temples, and the 4th one, I must not miss the 4th one, that is in Rishikesh, Bharat Mandir. These 4 temples have been established by this wonderful soul on earth, Adi Guru Shankaracharya ji. He established this temple, and our forefathers have been taking care of this place since then. So this is the value, historical and spiritual value of this place. So this place is full of vibrations. If we just come here and empty ourselves, the things channelize through you and you feel something.
Now coming back to Rishikesh and this magical place, I know you've been here for many years. Can you tell us a little bit about the history of Rishikesh itself?
Yeah, actually Rishikesh is a place where the forest, the Ganga was flowing through the forest, and there was the big stretched beaches of sand. And here in the ancient time, many saints did their sadhana, and because of that sadhana, the place was vibrant, So when the spiritual seekers came here with sincerity, and they were very silent, and they were very absorbent, they were very ready to receive if something is feeling around, some experience ready to be experienced. So this place slowly grown, was known for the people who came here for specifically spiritual sadhanas. And that's why the name of this place, it refers Muniki Reti, was in the past Maun Ki Reti. And the Apabhransh in Hindi we say the altered word, when it with the course of time, one word with how the people use this, according to the uses, it becomes something else. So with the course of time, this Maun Ki Reti became Muni Ki Reti. It is not because of the Muni, but it is because of the Maun. This place was known for the Maun sadhana. As I got this information from some of the great scriptures, and from my great grandfather, and from some other great people like Swami Shivananji told my father about this, and he told about this, that the value of this place is not shouting the slogans. This place is not very fruitful spiritually. If you are doing a lot of slogans, you are shouting, and you are putting the loudspeakers and many things to say that I am spiritual. This place is very fruitful. The secret of this place, if you enter into this place with Shraddha, with silence, observing silence, if you then you suddenly come to know, you come in touch with, you be in tune with those vibrations which is underlying here in Rishikesh. The value of the Rishikesh as in doing sadhana with making yourself calm, silent, and just be, not by becoming but by being. So the practice of awareness is very useful in Rishikesh.
Okay, now as we've noticed that it turned a little bit commercial, and there's many yoga schools around, there's many teachers that advertise themselves, and when seekers come here, they don't know where to turn. There's signs everywhere, yoga here, yoga there, and where to go, how to find the way. What would you say about that? Like, how did you notice this change, and what do you think is happening right now in Rishikesh?
Yeah, if you ask me that, how about my childhood, even just 25 to 30 years ago, it was at the surface, it was entirely different place, you know, like we didn't have this bridge over there, Ramjula, we didn't have these auto rickshaws, the rush of auto rickshaws. The place was quiet for for about 10 months, you know, in the whole year. It was very difficult to find the people from outside. Only local people were wandering here, and the beaches were there. That side of the road there was no concrete jungle, and we could see the river from everywhere. You know, my childhood, I was running, I was just walking with my umbrella in the rainy season with puddles on the ground, water puddles on the ground, making the noise chop chop, and going at the bank of the river, watching flood hours, you know, enjoying that flood, that beauty of river when it really roar up, and tell the civilization that beware, you have to respect the nature, you know, the beauty of Ganga, emerald green Ganga in winter season, you know, sitting there and receiving a lot from it, you know. So that was making us calm just by look at it, you know. So that was the beauty, that there was no pollution. And slowly when this place was being visited by a few people, they liked it, and some yogis came here, and beetles came across the river at Maharshi's ashram. So this place was popular geographically, and it was very famous all around the world, that oh, there is a place where you go and you feel very good, and the great saints are there. So people started coming here. When they started coming here to benefit of the spirituality, but with them came the people who used to have their business mentality, and they just took this opportunity to establish their businesses here and there. But they have to, you know, cover them with the ropes, you know, like spiritually they have to sound spiritually, so because that was also requirement of their business if they have to live here. So slowly also people who wanted to take benefit of this place, the crowd of this place, the pilgrims of this place, they wanted to take benefit, and they started establishing their institutions, some shops, some cyber cafes, some this and that. So with the Ramjula, when it was being constructed in 1987, and few business centers, you know, slowly there came the flood of these institutions, which were, you can say, they just commercialized even to the yoga, in the form that, you know, they could advertisement, learn yoga in 3 days or 7 days, you know, in order to facilitate the people. So actually they are also good people. They don't know, by sheer ignorance or by their attraction for the material gains, you know, they can do it, no problem. The thing is, the spiritual matrix came under, and some covers of dust of civilizations, you know, established over them. So the thing is, the seeker need to be patient, you know, they need to be choosy, they need to be intuitive in selecting where to go, what to do, because we have everywhere. It is very difficult to select things as you go to the shopping mall, and sometimes you buy things, you know, more than you have the money. So in the same way, if you are going to the spirituality, the first thing one must know is to get slow, take your time, talk to the people, use your intuitions, and don't jump into things.
Right.
Thank you.
Right. So that is the advice you give for seekers or yoga students who come here. To just
Yes,
follow.
yeah. The advice is very simple advice that you just be here and observe the thing and take your time in taking any decision.
So there are some good, authentic teachers here.
Definitely, definitely. There are some very good teachers, and because of them, this place has got the vibrations. If you sit at the bank of the river, within no time you feel something special.
Yes.
This is because of the Ganga, because of those saints, because of the history of this place and the spiritual values of this place.
Right. So can you tell us a little bit about the saints and yogis that come from this area?
Yeah. Of course, to begin with, in this century, we had Swami Shivananji who established this ashram, and he's been a great saint. His approach to the spirituality was very global. He was very accepting. He was very open-minded. He was not like belongs to any ism. He was more open. Even the Christmas Day was being celebrated in Jivananda ashram, and as a child, I used to go up there in the ashram and enjoy this day. So that way. We had great sense like across the river and towards Lakshman Jhula, when you walk after crossing Ram Jhula, we had Mastaram Babaji. We had Mastaram Babaji doing his sadhana there. He lived there all his life. He never came across the river when once he went there, and he was doing his sadhana. So people told, and in my childhood I went there, I saw him that he was a different type of Baba. He was sitting there and he was connecting to the people's mind, and he was knowing what is inside. The people were in problem and he was telling the problem. So he was such a great saint. So his vibration could be felt, when you are half a kilometer away from that ashram. So the moment we crossed the boat, that time the three ashrams, three boats were being helping the people to go across the river, we have three ferries, free service. So we used to go across and we could feel that peace, that serenity, even when we are half a kilometer away from the ashram. And in this range of mountain across the river and Rishimukh Parvat here, we had many unnamed, they never published their name, or they never established any structural spiritual practices, but people used to go there secretly, simply, and they used to take the blessings from them. So we had many Babas, Mauni Babas and Jilbin Kufa, and one German Mai, she was Uma Shankar. She used to live in a place and she was doing her sadhana. She initiated her spiritual sadhana in Shivananda ashram, but later on she went to go for the deep practices. She entered into this mountain range, and once I went there, and she was coming from the forest with her goats, So we sat, and she told me that time, Vinod, keep your spiritual sadhana because you have much to share to the world. She could see something in me, and she told this. I remember. So many saints are living here.
For those who don't know, sadhana means spiritual practice.
Yes.
And that is another question. What is sadhana, if you really go into that word?
Wonderful. The sadhana is a certain type of disciplinary practices which helps you to come back to yourself in order to realize your deeper tones, in order to be one as you are, not as you have been told. Like as a childhood, when we grow up, so we receive a lot of information, and we started thinking that I am this, I am Brahman, I am Kshatriya, I am Hindu, I am Muslim, I am educated, I am rich, I am poor. So these all informations impress you and you become something. And this becoming becomes so dangerous that later on you have to fight with many other things which you are not. So sadhana, spiritual practices means that it helps you certain spiritual disciplinary action practices which helps you to come back to yourself, to make you what you really are, to feel your vibrations, your deeper tones, and then connect to the eternal, connect to that universal single whole, which is Paramatman, which is the same in you as in me, which removes all the ignorance of limitations, and then we connect right through. So sadhana is like the disciplinary practices in spirituality.
Thank you so much, and I really appreciate this information. Now, while we're on the subject of Rishikesh, can you just share with our viewers, anyone who wants to visit Rishikesh and who wants to experience more of an authentic experience here of spirituality and yoga, is there any particular ashram you can recommend, or any teacher, or anything that comes to your mind?
Okay, I would like to say one thing, like they just come and settle down intuitively anywhere, but that they don't decide things. First they just roam around, they go and meet people, but they don't decide. So if in spirituality they have a little patience, spirituality talks about titiksha, in Gita, and patience is nothing in front of titiksha. Titiksha means 1,000 times patient. So in order to reach to that experience which initiates you into the spiritual world, you must first be slow and patient and with yourself, and then talk to the people and use your intuition and not intellect, not what you have learned, but just empty yourself and go around, and if you will see the right thing, you will know it yourself. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you for inviting us to this beautiful place in your prayer room here at Shatrughan Mandir. And you can find Vinodji and our website. Also, I'll put the links to his own website and his own information underneath the video on YouTube. Thank you for watching. Namaste, Rishikesh.